Why is Python used in blockchain technology? How to create blockchain using Python. Blockchains are crucial ledgers that keep track of and carry out numerous business network transactions. Blockchains use a variety of computer languages, including Java and C++, extensively. But now, both the government and its employees have shifted to Python. There are numerous justifications for the same. Due to its simplicity of use and superior outcomes, Python is the programming language that is now growing acceptance on a global scale. It prevents individuals from accessing the data and information and aggressively attempting to edit or remove it. Understanding Python. Programmers use the high-level language Python to write a wide range of programs. Therefore, in the case of Python, both large indentation and code readability are priorities. Structures, object orientation, and functional programming are all related to Python, and it supports a wide range of scripting languages. Several recent releases of Python have included new features and improved functionality. Since many of the tools in Python's library may be used for various purposes, this language is more functional and more widely used. With the use of Python Enhancement Proposals, PEP, procedures, Python was principally developed. Versatility of Python language. The very versatile Python language enables developers to attempt new things. Python experts should develop new ideas in their work rather than only creating the same types of items periodically. Plus, the language allows developers the flexibility to create any kind of application. No other programming language offers this level of flexibility. Why Python is utilized in blockchains. One of the most user-friendly and effective programming languages is Python. There aren't any difficult learning classes or concepts that you have to remember in order to accomplish it. If you know the principles at least somewhat, you can use it. Plus, Python's library contains tools that make it an incredibly effective tool for work. This is where you can find the explanations for why Python is utilized in blockchains. There aren't any complicated instructions to follow, and there aren't any theories to understand it. From a future perspective, this programming language and its characteristics are the forerunners of a successful and well-recognized period to come. Given that it is one of the most recent programming languages, you can cope with your applications and blockchains becoming out of date shortly. Additionally, working on and with Python doesn't require lengthy lessons beforehand. As a result, it is simpler for those with less experience to get started right away on blockchain initiatives. Creating blockchain using Python. My initial inquiry as a Python developer learning blockchain was, how can I create a blockchain using Python? If you're wondering how to establish a blockchain using Python, then follow these steps. The data will be kept in JSON format, which is simple to use and understand. A block of data containing numerous pieces of data is where the data are kept. Multiple blocks are added every minute, and we will employ biometrics to identify one from the other. Identification is done using hashing, and in this instance, the SHA-256 hashing method will be employed. Each block will have a special hash in addition to the hash of the previous function to prevent manipulation. The blocks will be linked together using this fingerprinting. Each block will be linked to the one before it by its hash and to the one after it by providing its hash. By correctly answering the proof of work question, the mining of the next block is accomplished. The proof of work must be difficult enough to be exploited in order to make mining difficult. Blocks that have been successfully mined are then added to the chain. To prevent any type of manipulation of the blockchain, the authenticity of the chain should be verified after mining multiple blocks. Finally, depending on the user's needs, the web app will be created using Flask and published locally or publicly. Impossible to ignore Python and its features. It is impossible to ignore Python's sophisticated features when studying it. In the case of blockchains, it is highly functional due to the manner it has been constructed. It makes data and information collection confidential and safe. The data has not been manipulated with or modified, so you may relax. Clarity is guaranteed by the usage of features like code blocks. Curly brackets and keywords, for instance, are handled when using a code block. There is nothing that must be performed that calls for meticulous attention to every small detail. The designers can use this feature and technology to quickly construct a blockchain or piece of software. After writing extra code, you may construct schedules and blockchains in a variety of computer languages. Because it requires less time and effort, people can work together more readily and learn from one another. Because blockchains are so effective, multiple programming languages are not favored. From a designer's and programmer's point of view, it makes sense given all of these factors that Python is mostly being used to create blockchains. Python allows for several tasks to be handled by a single command. When compared to other programming languages, Python makes it simpler to construct blocks and connect them in order to produce meaningful data and patterns. Python, a very popular programming language. Numbers from all across the world speak to the fact that Python has recently become a very popular programming language. Python has found its way to all the educational institutions that have welcomed it with open arms, leaving other programming languages in its wake. Its present popularity is fueled by its dependability and effectiveness, making it a language that every computer programming student must grasp. Finding folks who are proficient in dealing with Python is not a difficult task because it is widely recognized and accepted. If not, the institutions and offices must hunt for knowledgeable individuals in that field. It makes it simpler for hiring organizations to find the best individuals for them and generates amazing job chances for programmers. Due to its simple syntax and structure, fewer lines of code needed, expanding library, and use in the majority of new technologies like AI, IoT, machine learning, and data science, Python has gotten bigger. In contrast to other programming languages, it has gained popularity. Python won't become outdated anytime soon. Python and its time-saving characteristics. Compilation is one of the trickiest and most important phases in the development of software. Any program other than Python that has not been compiled will produce execution errors. However, compared to other programming languages, especially blockchains, it makes working with Python considerably simpler. Python is being utilized more and more by programmers and developers for pre-compiling and blockchain-related tasks because both of these characteristics are time-saving. It is also easier because you don't have to spend time compiling it. Conclusion. The language and technology specifications for blockchain projects are quite particular. It's important to choose a programming language that is both flexible and reliable. Because of Python's technical benefits and excellent functionality, it is employed in blockchain in addition to helping in the construction of hard-to-crack code and tamper-proof systems. The implementation of safe transactions benefits Python as well. Programmers can do their assignments more quickly and cost-effectively with Python's variety of free tools and solutions.